Hello and what is up, my friends? It's Thunder Bob here, and tonight we're going to be checking out Nova Drift. This is a game I featured on the channel, I want to say 2 years ago, when it was still in early access. And actually, it today is still in early access. These games are in early access forever. Though this game has received a ton of updates. It seems like every 3 to 4 months there's a pretty serious update. There was a very recent update that added a bunch of new things, added new enemies, new updates, upgrades, mods, all kinds of stuff. You can see some of the notes here. But this is a game I've been playing on and off on my Steam Deck for quite a while. This is a great Steam Deck game. And this is basically like if you took Asteroids, like I'm talking old school Atari Asteroids, and you mixed in a rogue-like system where you're upgrading your ship and you're picking different loadouts. There's not really a lot in the way of meta upgrades, like you are unlocking things as you progress, but it's more or less like you're unlocking new abilities for your run. It's not like you're actually getting extra health or extra this or that when you're starting out. I've put maybe 10 hours into the game, so I'm by no means a master, but I've definitely enjoyed my time with it. This is like a perfect Steam Deck game. Mostly I'm playing like a narrative-driven single-player game, and then sometimes I want to break from that. And this reminds me a lot of like Vampire Survivors, a game that you can jump in and you can play for 30 minutes and do a run, and it's just an intense, fun experience. So we're going to play a run tonight. I don't know how far or how good I'm going to do. The last one I did took about 30 minutes, and I feel like I got really close to like an end point. I've never actually beaten this. I don't think either. I think it's just the main mode is called Endless Mode, so I'm assuming there is no real ending. When this goes from early access to full release, one thing they've said they're going to have is a campaign mode and a final boss, so perhaps we will eventually see an end boss. But let's go ahead and jump in, and we're going to do Endless Mode. There are some different challenge modes here. I had Danger Mode on, or Danger Zone on the last time I played. It basically, the waves advance faster, enemies enter the frame more frequently. Kind of was just more exciting, but there are different options here, and some of these I have not even unlocked yet. So I need to get a higher score for some of these. I'm going to turn on Danger Zone just to kind of see that experience again. I enjoyed it the last time I played it. And let's see. So, and I've been playing this mostly on the Steam Deck. I'm actually playing on my PC now, so we'll see how I do. I'm playing mouse and keyboard here, which I have played before, but it has been a little while. On the Steam Deck, it feels a lot more Asteroids-like, where moving is a little bit more gradual. It is very much like Asteroids, where you're like spinning your ship around. This feels not quite like a twin-stick shooter, but closer to it. Let's go ahead and upgrade. So when you upgrade, the first 3 upgrades are going to be strictly gear upgrades. These are, your first one is your weapon. So you're picking a specific weapon type. And then the second one's going to be, I think it's body, and then the third one is your shield. And then you can mod these further, or you can pick new ones. So let's see what they've given us. Pulse, railgun, salvo. I played with salvo and actually quite enjoyed it. You can also do rerolls. I have 6 rerolls, so I can also reroll. We're going to go with the salvo, though. I did enjoy that quite a lot the last time. And this shoots out a salvo of missiles. And you notice at the bottom of the screen, probably not hitting that guy. If I don't fire, that salvo actually gets bigger, which is really cool. And there are a ton of viable loadouts. Like I've had like 3 or 4 builds that were completely different that I felt like worked really effectively. So it definitely has that kind of like Hades feel, where like when you have a good run, you're basically like, this is the best build I could ever have. I feel like I'm cheating right now. And then you do another run and you come up with like another, like, oh wow, this is even better than that last one, which I thought was amazing. So a shield that teleports you. A shield that slows enemies and projectiles within its radius. Or a searing hot ring that burns targets. gonna try this slowdown, I think. And the way this controls with the mouse and keyboard, by default, left click will... I'm just using the keyboard, actually. I'm just using the mouse, excuse me. I'm not even using the keyboard for actual gameplay. I get another upgrade. But left click will engage your booster, and then right click will do your attack. So now this is my third upgrade, which is your body. So Firefly, a fast form, Assault, a fragile form with improved rate of fire, or Sentinel, a defensive form. I want to go with the improved attack. Yeah, okay. I was wondering, like, it wasn't giving me the full detail. So you can get the full. So Sentinel, 25 shield radius, shield quick power, shield damage resistance. When you fire your weapon, has an 8% chance of being powered, 50% improved rate of fire, 50% resistance, mobility reducing, but you have less maximum shields. This is what I went with last time, and it was quite effective. As long as you can avoid getting hit, it definitely, I think, ups your damage pretty considerably. We'll see, though. I've been playing on the Steam Deck, so I may do terribly now that I'm playing with a mouse. And this is, like, it's a great Steam Deck game. Like, it's up there with, like, Vampire Survivors, but Hades, for, like, just jump in and have some fun. And there is kind of like that bullet hell thing where you're kind of dodging and avoiding. Now this is the mods and stuff. So you can pick, like, if I wanted a different weapon. Like, I like split shot a lot too, actually. But it would take one of my upgrades. So it's kind of a choice. The mods will modify your loadout. So, like, and I have to use when you're using the mouse and just mouse over it doesn't actually update here. I don't love that. You have to use, like, the keyboard to actually cycle through. You get regeneration, velocity, rapid fire, thruster, shield, assemble and deploy an advanced autonomous ally. And there's a couple of these. There's like a drone, there's a turret. And you can see over here, like, by getting this one, it'll unlock these ones, which will unlock this one. You can kind of see, like, the direction you're going to go in. I don't really like any of these, so we're going to re-roll. Yeah, so that's like one of my re-rolls. Lets you fire more projectiles. So you get 2 more projectiles, but they have a smaller blast radius, smaller projectile size, more spread. I think I'm going to go with that. More is better. And I did have a second upgrade there that I'm holding on to. I've tried turrets. I actually like the drones for the turret. So the turret, you actually, like, throw a turret out into space and it'll kind of do its thing. The drones, like, circle you, like some of the old school shoot 'em up games used. I really dug the way the drones worked. You can see a little dude here. And, like, you can see I have way more missiles now, and actually if I don't fire for a little while, like, I can do 60 missiles in one go now. And that, you can keep going on that, like, you could fill up the entire screen. Let's see. Strength, regeneration, faster shield cooldown. When a drone would be destroyed, it instead reduced to 1 hull and becomes immune. That's pretty cool. Assault drone. Converts your drones into assault drone. 20% drone rate of fire, plus 1 drone construction limit, gain a new drone. Mines. The mines deal a ton of damage, but they're kind of hard to utilize. We're going to go with the assault. And now you see my drones look different. And I think here is... yeah, I'm at wave 20, so this is the first boss. And this most recent update made it where there are, like, multiple possible bosses. I think at 20, 40, 60, 80, you run into bosses. And now you run into different bosses. Or potentially different bosses. Gain a new drone formation and the ability to toggle between them. Ooh, I don't think I've messed with that yet. 100% total damage for drones in this formation, minus 20% total rate of fire. That sounds pretty cool, actually. We're gonna try that. I haven't actually used that yet. So let's see. E. I'm upgrading so fast. And I'm not completely sure how to activate that. On the Steam Deck, you actually, I think you press the triggers, if I remember right, to activate that, like the left bumper, right bumper. Yeah, that's so cool. Doubles base projectiles and +1. Yes, please. I want to just like not fire for a second and see how crazy. 90, 100, 112. Let's just missiles everywhere. And I leveled up again. Damage increases your speed does. I don't speed around all that much. I really haven't picked any of the armor ones. I go like all offensive. That's how I play this. Wow, when your drones would be destroyed, instead it accelerates and explodes. Alright, we're gonna do some mines, because I want to figure out... Okay, so it's Q. And if I remember right, the mines come out your butt. Yeah, so like... They kind of just sit there until something hits them. And like at level 1, they're kind of lackluster. But they do incredible damage. Your mines are deployed all at once in a cluster. Yeah, I like that minefield a lot. I used the mines really successfully against a boss at one point where it's like, it was like this big circle kind of thing that had one opening. And I just shot all of my mines into that one opening and he just like exploded and instantly died. And you can just hold this down and it'll just fire like the base amount. Like you saw the mines go off there and just instantly blow that guy up. And these weapons like target really well. Detonation, instead of creating bomblets, your mines fire your weapons in a radial spread. So they would... Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Sure. Do I want a turret too? Why not? The W is my turret. There's my turret. Oh yeah, this is the one I use the mines on really well. And some of these feel like kind of an old school bullet hell kind of boss. I gotta get to the opening. And the controls here are a little off-putting, like if you're more used to like a twin-stick shooter or a traditional shoot-'em-up game. But like pretty quickly, especially with the keyboard, like this feels almost like a twin-stick shooter that you're just aiming, you know, with your mouse. Nice. So many bullets. The commander. 2 of your drones are promoted to commanders. Commanders have 2% damage and fall and apply vulnerability when a commander is destroyed, another is promoted. That's pretty cool. Some of these I've never seen because as you're playing, you're unlocking things, and there is a ton of stuff I haven't unlocked yet. Like, even playing for, I don't know, 5 to 10 hours, there's still so much I haven't seen. This is a really fun build. There's also one that does like a Contra style, like, multi-shot. And I had it upgraded where, like, when I fired, it literally just, like, filled up the entire screen. But it didn't have, like, the kind of targeting by default, though I kind of upgraded it to do some targeting. Oh. I hit the wrong button. I don't know what I just picked. Hit S, which I guess selects for you. This one lets you... It gives you a bigger blast radius, rapid fire... I feel like I should start getting some defense, but screw that. We're going all offense. Ooh, that blew up my shield there. That was not cool. And my health and shield and stuff's at the bottom down there. It's kind of hard to stop and talk about it because, like, I'm constantly getting shot at. Up to wave 55. I want to say I got about the 60 the last time I got far. Blast radius. I don't understand that. Plus 35 blast damage. Oh, damage versus radius. Okay. Oh! We'll get behind these guys. You can also, I haven't really been doing it, but you can just go from one end of the screen to the other, which I don't do enough. Ooh, you saw those mines. I'll spread, velocity, plus damage. I don't know what this ally is. I haven't really seen. Ooh, you get like a whole nother ship. That's cool. Man, this is... Oh, I saw that coming. Like a second. Yeah, I just unlocked a whole new mod tree. Grants the ability to stabilize your momentum on command. Challenge mode unlocked. Wild metamorphosis. Oops. Yeah, so that was not my highest score. It was my second highest score. It's just a fun, like, if you're into shoot-'em-up games, like, you don't even need to be into Asteroid, but if you're, like, a fan of Asteroid, this is like Asteroid on steroids. It can feel a little limiting. Like, I almost wish this system, like, they added, like, some horizontal or vertical style shoot-'em-up gameplay. Like, that would be pretty cool. Even if they did it as, like, an expansion or DLC or something. Like, the base idea here is so great that I kind of want to take it into, like, a more complex gameplay loop. But for what it is, it's like a fun game to just jump in for 20-30 minutes, get a run in, try to get a high score. If you're into rogue games, if you're into shoot-'em-up games, this is a great merge of the genres. I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, so I'm going to end it there. If you like this video, please do like, subscribe, drop me a comment. And I have an extra key for this. If you watch this whole video, I will put the key in the description of the video. So if you watch this and you use that key, if you could just drop me a comment below so that whoever watches this later knows that key's been used. Again, thank you for watching, everyone, and have a good night.